How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the What's Up Eddie channel, Divine Therapy Sessions, and of course, I'm the one and only Eddie. So glad to have you guys back, and these are my Divine Therapy Sessions. Hey guys, today I just want to talk about remaining and embracing the calm within the storm. Now, the storm to me represents like the chaos in the world, or it could just be the chaos within your own life, right? Like, so like it just doesn't have to be the grand stage, right? It might just be the stage that you're on. So, you know, you guys, everyone's different, right? So, you know, I would say if you're on this message and you're hearing it today, that some part of you wants to hear it, right? And so you might not be in the same dynamic that I'm in, right? Because I get all of my motivation, all of my inspiration from my own journey. And so that's how I teach. So I'll say this to you is like, you might not be exactly, you know, the story that I'm telling, but you may have your own twist to it, right? So like, just kind of implement yourself into it. So for me, you guys, I've noticed in the recent, I would say the recent past, is that I'm used to chaos, right? Now, when you say staying calm within the storm, I can stay calm when chaos is around me, is because my whole life has been that, right? Like I've been used to environments where there were addicts. I've been in environments where there was, you know, gangs. I've been in environments where it was fast paced, right? Where like I didn't know where I was going to get my next meal. I've also been in environments where it wasn't so much like that, right? Where like, I would say probably in the time frame of being in high school is when that changed. But I would say that during that time period, there was a lot of mental warfare, which is a little different. But what I want to say to you guys is that like, and then also going to war, being in Afghanistan, right? Like used to the go, like I know how to stay calm, that flight or fight response. I know how to stay calm and fight, you know? So for me, you guys, it's the adjustment period of that. For me, it's like when things are calm and I'm not in the battle, like I'm not in the fight, and that could just mean like where things are just normal, right? I'm not in an unhealthy relationship. You see, as of recently, I've been by myself, right? So I've had a lot of time in my own energy and a lot of time to bring back my own energy, which is really nice. Hey, you guys, that's a huge thing. Calling back your energy is humongous. Oh, I would say this, you guys, too, so much. It's something that I learned of recently. It might be saying, it's just coming to my head right now, so I'm going to say it doesn't, and I guess it goes with the story, but when you call in your energy from the past, the present, and the future, this helps you guys, that you're calling in your energy. And what I like to do, it's a little trick of my own, is make a energy field that's clearing the energy that you're calling back in, because you got to remember the energy that you gave out to other people, it's infected with their energy, right? So you want to clear it. Now, also, another way to do this too is calling back so you would say, I call in my energy from the past, present, and future, so be it, so it is, right? And you might want to do this in a ceremonial process, you know, candle, yoga, meditation, however you want to go about doing that, right? But also, another way to do that is say, I'm calling in my energy from all unknown and known sources. Now, this is a very terrific way about getting our own energy back, right? And so when you're away from toxicity and toxic people, so when we find ourselves in a situation where we're getting better and healthier, it's because we've kicked people out of our energy. And when we start to have respect for ourselves, that's called self-love, right? When we have self-love, we start to respect ourselves, have more integrity for ourselves, more love for ourselves. And one of those big things is where you disperse that energy and where you and that could be people, places, and things, habits. So you start to spend your time wisely because you know it's significant. So I would say this, you guys, that's a huge thing, right? Is calling back your energy. But for me, you guys, getting back to what I was talking about is I'm being by myself, right? And then everything's going okay. You know, there's no like big thing going on right now, right? There's no like chaos within the storm, right? Like there is no storm. And if there is a storm, I'm in the middle of it and I don't notice anything else. So it really isn't a storm, right? And so for me, I found it's quite the opposite. I feel uneasy when things are peaceful. Sounds crazy, right? It's insanity at the end of the day, but you have to remember, a lot of us are like that. You know, it's like when you have a better perspective of yourself and the world at large, you'll be in a better place. You know, you start to analyze the way that you approach the world. Now, it might be the opposite for you. You may have peace within your life, but when chaos comes and approaches you, you shit yourself, and that's okay. I've seen people do it, and I've been there before. See, I'm the opposite, right? I shit myself when I'm in the process of being in peace. Probably a carnal way of saying it. Forgive me for not having a better way of saying my message, but you might find yourself in a place where like you can't be at peace, right? Or you're not calm when you find chaos coming to you. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so I would say this to you guys. Once you figure out what process you're in, you have a better way of approaching that problem, right? When you have a better perspective of the problem, you're able to solve it. Now, for me, I've found that staying with my own energy and being at peace and calling in my energy, doing my meditation, doing my self-love, grounding, all that stuff aids me within being in my own energy, being at peace, right? Now, it's also, so those are some good coping mechanisms, right? That are really going to help you. But I would say for you guys, the ones out there, that if you don't know what to do with yourself when the chaos hits you, all those things that I just said can help you as well. It works for both sides of it. But I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about was, you know, for me, man, I find that, especially right now, you know, so in my last videos, I talked about the chaos of my past, right? The wreckage of my past. And not only the wreckage that I caused, but the wreckage of my ancestors, you know, even the generational curses and ancestors that I have within my own family. You know, the lineage that we start to break. And those are, you know, I would say ancestral curses, generational curses. I've been I would say I've been in a funk, man. That's why haven't been uploading my videos. And this is just for you guys out there. You guys might be, if you're not just a content creator, you guys are in a process where you guys are starting your own, you know, your own ventures, and you might find yourself in a place of stagnation. And that's kind of where I've gone. And it's because everything around me, I feel like, has stopped. And I think that God has done that for me, so I'm able to, the things that are unhealed come to the forefront. I always talk about this, but I'm really noticing it. You know, that's why this subject matter came up for me, is that I don't feel peaceful unless chaos is around me, and that's a very twisted way of looking at things, right? So, and it's not to judge myself. It's this empowers me, man. You get empowered when you release your secret, when you release that energy, right? Now, another thing, you guys, is what was I saying? Oh, I totally forgot. Let me get back to my video, and I'll get back to you guys. Actually, no, I'll just keep going. Forget it. Yeah, for me, you guys, that's something that keeps coming up for me, because I'm able to sit within that energy. And I think too, another thing that keeps coming up is that I'm being tested within my patience, right? If you're on your ventures and you're out there, you know, I don't care what you're doing. You know, it doesn't have to be spiritual, like getting the message out there. I put that message out there because I feel like it's so useful for the people out there, right? But whatever it is that you're doing to contribute to society, right? Ideally, that's high vibrational. But if it's not, you know, you got to change your ways, man. But that's not what this channel's all about, right? It is spiritual, and hopefully that is what you're doing. But for me, you guys, I feel like not only everything is standing still for me, like the world has stopped. Also, it's testing my reserve, my patience. And one of the biggest things within that process is that it's like the universe way of saying, like, do you really want this, Eddie? Like, I gotta really see if you want this. And so that might be something that you guys are going through as well, right? So I would say, you guys, and I always keep saying this, keep going. You're right at the precipice of true accomplishment, right? And so that's my message as well, and I'll end it with that, is that keep going. You're almost there. For something keeps coming up to me. Angel number 32. Look it up, you guys. Look up your numerology, your numbers, because they're definitive messages that are going to aid and help you within your process. And so I'll end it with this, you guys, is that just to keep going, to be motivated, that you have everything within you to accomplish what it is that is already burned within your heart. And that thing that's been burned in you is your blessing, whether you believe it or not. That came from somewhere, right? Where did that blessing come from? Where did that desire come from? That desire is a gift from God. Not everybody has that desire. And the people that do have that desire, they're blessed as well, right? Think about it like this. And I was on a run the other day, and I thought about it like this, is that, you know, we pawn grand things like that off as nothing, or it's like an everyday thing. But when you acknowledge those true miracles, because it is a miracle, right? Think about it. You as a young child, you wanted to do something, or say that even you got invigorated or motivated within your adulthood, and you're like, man, you just had this spiritual experience, and you want to change the world at large. You want to change yourself first, and then you want to change the world, right? How do you get your message out there? Or how do you change this one product? I don't know what you're doing out there, right? But like, let's say that that's the process. What is that desire within you? How did that little moment in your life change so abruptly, right? That is God's gift to us. That is within our heart space, right? Get motivated, baby, because that's, at the end of the day, man, that's the stuff that I think that we're on earth for, right? All right, so I'm getting all invigorated and stuff, but like, hey, you guys, I love you guys so much. I got content coming at you guys. I've been in my own processes. I've been in hermit mode. I go through this up and down, this ebb and flow, the checks and balances of God's his platform, man. I've been going through it too. And when we're going through it, we're growing through it. So I would just say, keep going, you guys. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe. I'll leave you guys with that. All right, peeps.